going on, my fellow fish tank fanatics? It's Katie coming to you with a update video. I'm going to try to make this quick and short. I can't guarantee it. It'll probably be a lot longer than I'm planning. But we're going to start at the 240. It was leaking, and it hopefully is not leaking anymore, but we're going to see. I dropped the water level down, and this tank was still leaking pretty good. As you can see, the water level is half an inch down from the bottom of the trim, not even touching the silicone. And I was still getting water coming out of this bottom seam. The only thing I can think of is that it is a humidity issue. The airspace between the top of the water and the glass lids was creating condensation basically, and it was building up on this bottom trim and then dripping when it gets too much in there. That's the only thing I could think of. So I have propped this lid open, and there is still water, but it's not dripping at all anymore. So if this fixes it, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably have to take the entire front trim off and actually re-silicone the whole thing, so that way no humidity can build up, or condensation can build up between the top of the water and the bottom of the glass lids. Or I'm going to have to just get cut out a piece of this glass or whatever and just have a part open top. Now that scares me because that shark, you can't see him because of glare, but this shark is so big, he'll knock these glass lids open and there'll be piles of water on the floor. So he's a monster, and I really don't want to not have a glass lid on the tank. So we're going to try to think of something. I'll probably talk to my husband about it and see what we can do. Now, when I build the canopy, when I build the canopy, then I might do open top and just have fans that are pushing the humidity out of the canopy. But it's just getting to that point. Obviously, I'm stalled on the stand. I don't even want to work on the stand until I get this issue taken care of, in case if I have to take the tank in, do whatever. It's just better that way. But these guys are doing great. They're getting fat. They're being fed 4 or 5 times a day now that I'm home all day with them. There's crickets down there that guy's been getting, and he loves them. Him and Barracuda, which is the big mono right there. They love them. So that's what's going on with the 240. Hopefully it fixes it. Any other big tank people, let me know if you've had this issue, what'd you do to fix it, that sort of thing. Now, fish room is a mess. I'm doing water changes, guys. I'm actually doing water changes. This one got a water change 2 days ago, and this is the 20 long grow out tank. I wasn't happy with this tank at all. I wasn't getting enough water flow with just the sponge filter in here, so I added a Marineland hang on the back, the Hot 250s, one of the best hang on the back filters I think you can get for your bang for your buck. It works flawlessly. Yes, it's mostly just mechanical, but if you do something like a sponge on it, you get a whole bunch of biological as well. Plus, I don't run carbon in mine. I do run 2 mechanical things, like I'm running this, and I'm running the blue sponge on the inside of the filter. I will be taking this off soon, but I actually have ceramic rings instead of carbon on the inside of this, so I do get my biological as well. But yeah, this tank's looking good. I was worried about the water flow with the babies, but they're doing just fine. So that tank's clean. Now, these tanks, this tank in particular, the 20 long Pelvichromis tank, looks better than I think I've ever seen it. It looks flawless. I'm not dosing. I'm not doing anything. I don't even have carbon running yet. CO2 running yet. But this tank really looks good, and I think most of that is attributed to the upgrade in filter. I like power filters on smaller tanks, but a 20 long is just too big for it, I think. I'm having much better luck with the canister filter. I'm getting better water flow. My plants are moving around better, which is going to stop algae growth on leaves. Not stop it, but help algae growth on the leaves. So yeah. Now this tank, I do plan on doing a couple more things to this tank. changing the light fixture out is a big one. And another thing is, I might move these fish up to the 15 rimless, and then move the Signifer rainbows that are up here down into the 20 long. The only reason I'd be doing this is because the 20 long is my daughter's favorite tank. It's eye level for her. She walks up to it, she just stares in it. But the fish, they're either breeding or they're being super aggressive towards each other, and I'd rather have somebody in there that my daughter can really look at and that swims around a lot and that sort of thing. So I may end up doing that. I don't know for sure. Obviously, a 15 rimless is still a good size for a pair of breeding poultures. And because mine's the exact same footprint as this 20 long, only it's 8 inches high and not 12 inches high. So that's what I got going on, what I'm thinking about this tank, But this tank's looking pretty good. I've gotten rid of a lot of plants. It's just because I wasn't able to upkeep them all. I am planning on completely rescaping this tank, especially if I do move the Pelvichromis poultures up here. It will need a rescape. But it's doing good other than that. The Pogostemon helferi is just, it looks phenomenal. It looks good. So that tank, let's go to the Fluval real quick. Alright, my Fluval is looking boring. My cherries are brighter red than I think I've ever seen them. All my females are loaded. I mean, you can see that female right there. She's just, that is a huge clutch. I have nice, healthy eggs. But this tank just is not, it's not appealing to me anymore. So I've got to get in there. I've got to rescape. This tank is probably going to be next on the list for a major overhaul. When I say major overhaul, I'm just going to get more substrate, get a different heater in here, take the filter out of the tank and put a canister on it, and I'm going to change my light. The compact fluorescent is doing a good job, but I'm switching everything over to LEDs. It's just easier for me. Bulb replacement costs and energy efficiency is just, it outweighs the growing plants aspect. Plus, the Finex are growing my plants phenomenal. So that's what I got going on in this tank. Obviously not too much, but the cherries are looking, I mean, they look phenomenal. Wish I could get, there's one down there that is really red. But they look good. Troy. Sorry. The dog needs to go to the vet. He's got an ear infection. But here is the mess. This 10-gallon, which is my yellow shrimp tank, is doing great. Got crazy plant growth. The Pogostemon helferi obviously took over. I need to get in there and pull a bunch of it out and separate it to some other tanks. But the yellow shrimp in here are multiplying rapidly, to say the least. I don't know if you all can see it in the reflection back there. That's just on one filter. I mean, they're all over this. They're everywhere. So it kind of makes me not want to take out the Pogostemon helferi because it gives great ground cover for the baby shrimplets. But I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably take some of it out, at least trim it down, and get it going in a few other places. But it's doing good. It got a water change yesterday, I think. Now, here's where the work has come in. This tank is my 10-gallon snowball tank. And this tank used to not be here. That tank used to be here. This is the new, not the new tank. It's the new tank with the undergravel heater that I've been wanting to do for a while. So I've got to rescape it. Got to move all the fish back in it. No big deal. It'll get done here today, hopefully in the next hour or so. And then once this is done, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get to the 55-gallon. But the 55-gallon, if I don't get to it today, it'll get cleaned tomorrow. It's got to get a huge change. I am fighting a bunch of things in here. I've got blackbeard algae, so I'm going to get in there, do a major trim, try to get some of that gone, and keep dosing with peroxide and see if I can get it nipped in the bud. But either way, tanks are doing good, fish are doing good. It's a slow process for me, but I am getting them clean. But that's about it. Obviously, none of the tanks to me look as good as this tank. I don't know why, but this tank is just, it sparkles. To me, it looks like something I would see almost in a magazine or out on one of my kayaking trips or just something. It's something that I could look at all day. So that's always exciting. Big plans coming up, guys. I've got a lot going on in the fish room, but that's what we got. Stay safe out there on your way to and from school, work, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, the rest of the week. Stay safe out there, guys.